Monday's vote is expected to pass in the Senate, but the House, as always, is a different story. Joining me now, Democratic Congressman John Yarmuth, member of the House Budget Committee and Commerce Committee, with a welcome to you and a Happy New Year. I see that my irony, my cynicism was not lost on you because, look, given the history, you have to ask, does this have a hope of passing in the House?
Well, I think there's a hope, Alex, and good morning and Happy New Year to you. I don't think the odds are substantially in favor of getting it done quickly, but, you know, just like in Kentucky, we have 18,000 people who've already lost their benefits. Another 35,000 to 40,000 will over the next few months. That is being repeated in state after state after state, and I think there are probably enough Republicans in places like Pennsylvania and Ohio, places where there are pockets of pretty high unemployment, where there's going to be a significant amount of pressure on them to do something. So I think the real key is going to be how we come up with the $6 billion to pay for the extension for 3 months. If we come up with an offset that is acceptable, then I think we can get it done. But, you know, it's ultimately like everything else. This is up to Speaker Boehner and Majority Leader Cantor to work their majority or their majority to get enough votes, because virtually every Democrat will vote for an extension.
Yeah, 1.3 million Americans affected by this and sweating it out this past week. I know that there's got to be some Kentucky in your own backyard. What are you hearing from your constituents?
Well, absolutely. I mean, the funny thing about this, well, I shouldn't say funny, but the ironic thing again is that the American people understand that unemployment benefits are a very, very effective way of transitioning people back into the workforce. In 2012, about 2.5 million people were helped back into the workforce. They were sustained in their search for work by the unemployment benefits. So the people in Kentucky understand that. We've got a little over 8% unemployment in the state. You take that money out of the economy, that hurts the job situation as well. You put it back into the economy, it adds jobs. So the people are way ahead of the politicians on this. And again, I think the Republicans who resist extending this policy, which was again implemented under a Republican administration and in prior years didn't even require an offset, I think they're going to pay a price for it. I think in Kentucky they'd pay a price for it.
As you've heard, though, there are critics of the extension for the reasons that we can't afford it. But then you have the positive job reports recently, and we have to keep in mind these were originally put into place as emergency benefits. So are they still needed?
Well, absolutely. I think that the number is something like the average person who's looking for work has been out of work for 37 weeks. Most states pay up to 26 weeks. So this is not like these are exceptions to the rule or outliers or deadbeats. This is the average person who's out there through no fault of their own looking for work. And this is very important. And again, this is $2 billion a month that comes out of the economy if we don't extend these benefits. That's a pretty big hit when we're trying to sustain finally some momentum in the economy. So for virtually every reason imaginable, and foremost among them the humane reason that these people need to have a way to keep alive, we ought to be doing this.